is looking deep down the left side. Mendeville into the end zone. Touchdown! Down the sideline, still Foley to the house. And the players streaming from the sideline to celebrate with 17 seconds left.
Well, welcome and hello to everybody. This is BVarsity Live. I'm your host, Trevor Horn. Zach Ewing obviously is not here. Well, he's gone for good reason. He and his wife, Ellen, had a baby boy, Jacob, 8 pounds, 14 ounces, Sunday morning at 10:42 a.m., I believe. So congratulations to Ellen and Zach. The Ewing household is now a party of 5. So Zach will be off this week, and that means he will also not be here tomorrow night for the big game, and that's why we're all here today. Ridgeview at BHS, big game, and we welcome in, first off, Ridgeview football team, quarterback Lawrence Wright, running back and cornerback, I should say, running back Darius Smith, and head coach Dennis Manning. Gentlemen, hello and welcome. How are you?
Doing good. Thank you.
Yep. So, Dennis, this almost feels like a league game for you now because of, how it was last year. Both teams very prominent. Going into tomorrow night, kind of in the same situation you guys were last year, 4-0, a lot of steam moving into this game. But obviously, last year was you guys had 6,000 fans there, great home. But now you got to turn around and do it, in Griffith Field, and probably the last time you guys will ever play there. So, how big is this for you, Dennis?
How big? I'm not sure. To me, it's not Super Bowl for us. It's preseason. But we want to be we always want to be the last man standing. So for us, it's about getting better. But it's a great opportunity for us to get to play against a high level competition and show what we got. And hopefully we get better through the night and through the next week.
I thought it was kind of funny that Lewis walks in here, and the only thing that he wants to talk about is track and field. And we're here October 1st in the middle of football season. He comes in because Lawrence, for those that don't know, you're a high-end long jumper, and Darius was a Central Section champ in the 100 last year. And Darius, we've kind of seen that for you so far. I've seen you guys play twice. So you guys beat Frontier, and I saw you guys beat Stockdale last week, and you've gone for, 500 yards and 7 touchdowns on those 2 games. For you, I'm going to throw you under the bus here for a second. You kind of were contemplating back in May and June whether or not you were even going to play football this season. Yeah, exactly. What was the story? Dennis, you used to walk around campus kind of chopping his hands. How was that conversation with you and Coach Manning about knowing that you were an integral part of this season? They needed you.
He just told me if I was going to play football. And I don't know I wasn't feel like I wasn't thinking right at the time. I was just too much stuff in my head, and I was more on one sport during that time. So I snapped out of it after the state meet. I snapped out of it. I was like, no, I'm gonna play football because I love football.
And Dennis, now having Darius being such a big part of the offense, obviously you try to kind of forget that moment, that time that you had where you were like, what is he thinking?
Well, I'm always an advocate of guys playing multiple sports. I think it does so much for a kid's character. And Darius, he loves being a part of a team. He loves the lineman. He loves Lawrence, So if he wasn't there, he wouldn't be a part of that. And so, after football's over, I want him to run track. I want Lawrence to play basketball, do track, whatever they want to do, because I think it's makes you more well-rounded. And different sports, require you to do different things. So.
Well, and it was a funny situation for you and Lawrence because you were out coaching the U.S. Army Arena Bowl game the night that he pops his knee out in track and field. So, that was a weird situation for you. Obviously, Lawrence, you're okay. And now it's a week for you to celebrate, too. You're heading to Iowa State. You made that commitment. You gave the coaches a call. Can you kind of tell us about that situation and how that all came down, that pipeline that Coach Manning has started now continues with you to Ames?
It really went on my visit. I loved everything about it, and it really started when I got on the plane. I was sitting right next to Iowa fans, and, they were just showing me love and just telling me all the little things about the school that I may not have known. And, just going out there, seeing what the school is like. And, they really set you up for success. They told me, the coach told me, he said, it's really, really hard. He said, you got to try really hard to fail out here. He said, so you're bound for success, and that's something I really wanted. And, people ask me, well, did you go out there for Sheldon and Kamari? And I tell them, no, I went out there for the school, and I think it's best for me, And the plus is just that they're out there. So, I just think it was the best choice for me and my family, and we went on with it.
Kamari is now in his third year. For those of you who don't know, Kamari Kotmoya, former BVarsity All-Area Player of the Year, is a starting safety for Iowa State. Actually leads the team in tackles. One of many Kern County guys that lead their teams in tackles throughout. You look at Asanya Rufus, Shannon, Kyrie's second on the team. Kyrie Wilson, a former Ridgeview player, second on the team at Fresno State. Grant Campbell, who was a star at Garces and BC, leads Baylor. I mean, you go across the board. It's great. But for you, how much of the conversation did you have with Kamari, knowing him so well, and obviously with Sheldon, about those conversations, or what it would be like to play there at Iowa State and be part of the Pac-12? Or, sorry, Big 12.
I didn't really talk to Kamari that much about it. I kind of just, seen what he has done over the years, and, how he's grown to be a great athlete, on and off the field. So, just how he made the change and, is doing the best for himself. And, Sheldon, I talk to him daily, FaceTime with him, and, he's just telling me, all the little things, and just saying, you'll really like it up here and stuff. And then when I got to the visit, I understand what he said, and it really all just fell into place.
Dennis, you like a guy kind of committing early on like this to kind of get it out of the way, or does it not even matter to you? You just want to see them succeed, move on, make a decision, and better their lives?
Yeah, probably the latter. Yeah. I mean, it's just, for me, it's not my life as long as life. Mm-hmm. My connection with Iowa State is just really one of trust, and I've just seen firsthand that their coaches are quality guys, and they mean what they say, and their institution and the people behind the scenes are great. And obviously, to play at that high level in that atmosphere is pretty remarkable.
What's your flight schedule from here to Ames? Because obviously you're going to get used to doing that for a while. So,
no, I don't have one. I'd love to get back there and see a game. I'd love to see Kamari and see these guys play in the next couple of years. So.
Yeah, so you're not getting much sleep from a Friday night to waking up, because they're usually playing at 9 a.m. Pacific time on Fox or something like that. So, I mean, you're not getting much sleep on Friday nights because you want to get up and watch these guys play.
No, it's cool because their dad is one of our coaches, so it's really a lot of fun.
Yeah. Let's move forward to tomorrow night. Big game, obviously. Darius, for you, do you treat this game with an environment like this? Obviously, I'm guessing you guys are getting a bunch of people around campus, around town, talking to you about how big this game is. I mean, what are your expectations going into this, and is there anything different going against the Drillers than it was anything else before or after?
No, I just feel like it's just another football game. We just got to go out there humble and not let all the distractions get to us, because if we let them get to us, it's going to, obviously mess us up. So we just got to go in there hungry and just ready to play and ready to win.
Lawrence, you're going up against your cousin.
Yeah.
BHS quarterback Kira Gregg is a family member of yours. How much family talking is there between the two of you going into a game like this?
We've been talking about it since the game last year, just saying, we're going to play again, and, I just try not to decide the outcome, but we definitely talk about it, and we love playing against each other. It's great competition. He's competitive, I'm competitive, and we both don't like to lose. So, it's really fun playing against him, and just having the opportunity, because after this we might not ever play each other again. So, our family sure likes it, seeing us on the field at the same time, and so we're just gonna go out there, and I wish the best for him too.
Dennis, is there anything special about knowing that this may be your last time coaching in that stadium in its, original form that it still is before the proposed reconstruction coming this?
Well, there's been a lot of football games played there over the years. I mean, my dad played back, eons ago, and went to BHS, and had some nephews that played there, and my son went there. But it's kind of hard. I almost really hate to see it change. It's one of those things where you just kind of think, well, do we really need to change it? But I'm not in that pool.
Right. Going into this game too, you guys are now 4-0. I think the biggest question mark going into the season, maybe that was a question mark coming from us, coming from the outside, but maybe even for you, was replacing 4 starters on offensive line. Now that you guys are a month into season, how have those guys kind of matured? I know you've put, 2 sophomores on the line, you've got your starting center back, and then is it Timmy and Chase Mears on the line also for you? So you got three seniors and two sophomores. For you as a coach, do you like the progression that they've made to be able to give these two kind of, the availability to kind of do what they need to do?
Well, I'll say that I think that they're getting better, and I think the effort is there. I think we got a long ways to go, to be honest. But the effort's there, the team camaraderie is there, and I think they're up for the challenge. I think we're going to be a lot better in the future than we are now. So,
Darius, you've had, I think, 8 touchdowns over 50 yards this year. For you, when you kind of break away, are you thinking, good, they've opened the hole for me, or are you just thinking end zone and trying to be the fastest guy on the field?
That's a hard. I don't know. This trying to get in the end zone, basically. It feels pretty good, scoring touchdowns.
Yeah. Lawrence, senior year, you guys are now 4 games into this. Has it gone the way that you had hoped so far? Kind of just, be able to play some football, not get injured, enjoy the time out there, play a little bit more on defense because that's where you're going to be in college. Has it been as fun as you thought it would be?
Oh, no doubt. I mean, this is what players play for. We're lucky enough to go undefeated right now, but we never know. We're going to take it a game at a time. But, yeah, definitely, we're just out there, at least I am, just trying to have fun, and just take it in because it's the last year, you can't do anything else. So, I just have fun with it and still, try to do my job at the same time. But, yeah, it's definitely been, this is what I planned on doing, and it's going the way I expected it to go.
Dennis, how much do you allow these guys to just be themselves without being, a coach that's on them 24/7 like a helicopter?
These guys love each other and they love to have fun, and I think that's a big part of it. I mean, we're not there to stomp out all the negative things, but we're there to teach them some life lessons and learn how to be part of a great team. And I think they are doing that. I mean, there's ups and downs every day, I think, with this team, but I think they all have a common goal, and it's to get as good as they can get. So they're an extremely competitive group, but at the same time, they're pretty loose. I think for the most part, practices, they talk a lot of crap to each other, but ultimately, it's a good thing for us.
No. I'd be remiss to kind of go into the game plan. We got about 2 minutes left with you guys. Dennis, game plan going in tomorrow night against the Drillers.
Well, we got to do what we do. I mean, I think we don't need to do anything special. I mean, you really want to see two really good teams play well, both sides of the ball. I mean, Bakersfield, they got a lot of good kids, just like we got good kids, and you want to see 2 good teams play at the highest level and let it come down the wire.
Darius, for you, I mean, are you just looking to continue that role that you guys are kind of on, and knowing that they're going to have a stout defense? Obviously, it's different than any other defense that you see. What are your thoughts going into tomorrow night?
We just gotta play a good game, basically. Go out there, we just gotta give it our all, give it 100%, and then play as a team. Stay together and not let nothing tear us down. And go out there, we should be able to be fine.
Lawrence, you've got that Central Section D2 championship ring on your finger. Obviously, the end goal is getting another one of those here in your senior year. But going into tomorrow night, obviously, getting a win, that 28-20 loss obviously stung for you guys last year because that was the only loss to any Central Section team until you guys lost in the SoCal regional game. For you, game plan going in, just level head and doing what you need to do?
Yeah, just continue to play our game. We've been playing fantastic to me. It's still stuff we could work on, but if we play our game, I think we should be fine. And just gotta stay humble. We gotta expect them to play great. They are a great team, and we're expecting them to play hard, and so we gotta play hard back. And it's gonna be, try to tell everybody it's gonna be a hard battle, and you gotta be willing to go the extra mile for it. And so you just be expecting to be playing all 4 quarters, very hard, and just gotta come down who does the little things right.
That's what you want to hear out of your senior captain, huh?
Well, it's not just words. I think these guys are character guys, and they're leaders, and they're great examples for our team. I think they represent our team very well. But they also think about the other guys that don't get to play, which is important.
All righty. Lawrence White, Darius Smith, Dennis Manning, congratulations. 4-0 start for you guys. Good luck tomorrow night. Reminder, that game is live at Bakersfield.com. Game night starting at 7 p.m. We will be live out at Griffith Field for game night, so we'll all hands on deck tomorrow night. Game night starts at 7 p.m. It's also live on ESPN Radio at 12:30 a.m. They will be at Griffith Field against the Drillers, and those are the guys we're going to have in next. So, gentlemen, thank you, and we'll be right back with Bakersfield High football team.
One thing about living in Kern County,